Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I'm Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages that come through for the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out, what messages come out of those cards. So the first card we have is the Moon card. And with the Moon card, we do have some Pisces energy. It could begin with a Pisces. We have the Four of Swords in the reverse. And we have the Page of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. So with this Nine of Swords showing up here at the bottom of the deck, I do feel like this is a situation that could possibly be something that's really contributing to a lot of anguish, especially mental anguish. It's like it's stressing you out or it's stressing somebody out, but it's really keeping them up at night. They care a lot, and it is something that also worries them. When it comes to the current situation, I do feel like it's weighing very heavily on their mind. But the Moon card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being in a space where there is, I do feel like it's a very deep feeling that somebody is feeling, and I do feel like it's also something that they're afraid of when it comes to the situation, when it comes to this connection. And I do feel like it's also kind of bringing up some doubts or uncertainty as far as where they stand and how they feel about you. I do feel like with this Moon card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of even just being in a space of anxiety. I also get that with the Nine of Swords. So I do feel like this person may be overthinking, but I also feel that it is something that is actually really weighing heavy on them. I do also feel that there could be a lot of fear that this person may be experiencing within this connection, and even just when it comes to being able to embrace it and their feelings with you. But with the Four of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of really being in a space where it's like you are ready for what comes next, and being in a space where you are ready to be able to be open to this connection and be able to hear someone out or be able to reach out to someone. So I do feel like there is a desire to make contact, and I do feel like there is also this openness to hearing from someone. And this Four of Swords showing up in the reverse. So I do feel like there is communication. But with the Page of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being at the beginning or the initial stages of something, being in a space where it's like you are, I do feel like this may be the initial stages, but it's like there is a sense of not knowing what's coming next in this connection. I do feel like there's a sense of excitement for what comes next, and even for where things are leading to. But there's also this feeling of a fear of the unknown with the Moon card showing up over here. But with this Page of Wands, there's also an openness to where things are leading to, and even just being able to have an opportunity and embrace it. There is also that desire to be able to take action towards being able to get the ball rolling in a connection. So I do feel like there's action towards it, but I do feel like when it comes to moving things along, it's like there is hesitation at the same time. I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Six of Swords in the reverse, and we have the Eight of Swords also in the reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles does feel like a need for effort to be able to make things work. I do feel like this does feel like a connection that is taking work to be able to have progress in it and see that. But I do feel like with that Seven of Pentacles, there is a sense of actually having something that's worth your time. I do feel like this connection is worth the efforts, it's worth the fights, it's worth even the patience that it calls on, or really it requires. But with this Queen of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like a loving energy. I do feel like with the Moon card that there is deep feelings. I do even feel like it's a little bit complicated as far as just how deep this person's feelings go and comes to the extent of how much they feel for you and even just for the situation. But I do feel that there's something very complicated as far as even just this person being in a space where they're afraid of something. I do feel like there are some fears that are also kind of making them show up in a very certain way where it's like they are open to moving forward, but there's also a little bit of some hesitation or uncertainty. And I do feel like it may be a little bit confusing where you stand with this person, but I do feel like they feel very deeply for you with this Queen of Cups showing up over here. I also feel this person actually may put you on a pedestal. I do feel like they think very highly of you. But with the Six of Swords showing up in the reverse, this really does feel like an energy of not being able to move forward. It does feel like an energy of having difficulty moving on. So I do feel like also with the Six of Swords showing up in the reverse, this could be also a past energy kind of circling around and coming back and really coming back to your attention. But with this Four of Swords showing up in the reverse, this also feels like an energy of really picking up on something that you had left. And I do feel like with this Four of Swords, there could be a sense of being in the dark with someone, having had experienced that and not been in contact. Do feel like this is an energy of being able to hear from someone. And with the Six of Swords, I do feel like there's a lot to be said. There's a lot to say. And I do feel like someone coming with a lot to present to you. And I do feel like you may have been waiting on someone, waiting to hear from them with the Six of Swords showing up in the reverse, because this does feel like an energy of not having had fully moved on. It's like something that is in the back of your mind and having that really be something that's being revisited. But with the Eight of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where there's a sense of being more open. I do feel like this also feels like being able to express what's on someone's mind. And I do feel like when it comes to being able to be open, and even when it comes to a sense of taking someone's power back, I do also feel that with this Eight of Swords. So this does feel like being able to actually be in an empowered state, especially when it comes to having a clearer vision of what's going on. And I do feel like with this Eight of Swords, this also feels like a sense of being able to actually give yourself the freedom to see something for what it is. And I do feel like this is also a great way to start things with that Page of Swords. So there is a lot of hope here. I'm going to clarify these cards. We have a Soulmate card. Yes, stay optimistic about your love life. And we have Release Your Ex. So the Soulmate card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of somebody who's kind of going back and forth in their mind about their true feelings, about what something means. And I do feel like this is a really certain energy about being able to recognize a connection for what it is. And I do feel like with the Soulmate card, this does feel like a divine union. This does feel like also a sense of being able to have the feelings lining up with reality and what you're seeing. And I do feel like when it comes to the way this person's looking at you and the situation, that they are in a space where they are feeling a soulmate-like connection with you. And I do feel that there's a sense of actually viewing you as a soulmate connection for them as well. And even at this Queen of Cups, I do feel like their feelings go quite deep when it comes to this person. And I do feel like to some extent those feelings could scare this person. It could be something that they're not used to, but I do feel like there is a sense of feeling connected and even just feeling a resonance with you that really goes very deep and is quite meaningful to this person. And I do feel like with the Moon card showing up over here, this does also feel like an energy that it goes very deep, and it is also something that this person may actually be overthinking or overcomplicating for themselves. And I do feel like that is why they could also be the sense of fear when it comes to being able to actually have what they are looking for as far as a connection. Because with the Soulmate card showing up over here, this does feel like a really great connection to share with someone. I do also feel that when somebody is afraid of that they can't have that, when they find it, it almost scares them. But with the stay optimistic about your love life card showing stay optimistic about your love life card showing up over here. This does feel like an energy of being optimistic, and I do get that pertaining to this Page of Wands. Do feel like there's a lot of hope, but there could also be a sense of being in a mindset where you want to be very cautious about embracing a idea around a connection. But I do feel like with the stay optimistic about your love life card, this is about being able to actually maintain a sense of optimism and positive thinking within that. And I do feel that when it comes to being able to have either someone's coming back around with the Six of Swords, but also feel like a situation coming back around, that it is something that is going to help resolve and even address a lot of unanswered issues, that allows for there to be more hope brought into the picture, as well as a more clearer picture moving forward. So I do feel like this does feel like having a lot to look forward to on the horizon of this connection. And I get that that's for you, especially when it comes to your connection and where things are headed and leading. With the Release Your Ex card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of needing to let go of something that no longer serves you. I do get this really pertaining to the Six of Swords in the reverse. The Six of Swords in the reverse does feel like an energy of ruminating and not being able to move on from something. I do feel like with the Six of Swords showing up over here in the reverse, that there is opportunity to be able to clear the air, but I also feel that being able to address something and move on from it if it no longer serves you. I do get a sense of working something out with the Seven of Pentacles, and I do feel like it is also contributing to bringing back a sense of clarity, peace of mind, with that Nine of Swords showing up at the bottom of the deck. I do feel like with this Release Your Ex card showing up over here, that there is a past energy that's resurfacing. And I also feel like with that Eight of Swords, that you are in a position where you're ready to take on that situation, to be able to address it. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.